about time. What's going on?
Rumor Report, Rumor Report. This is the Rumor Report.
Talk to him.
With Angela Yee on The Breakfast Club.
So DJ Khaled, we've been telling you about all this controversy about DJ Khaled's Father of Assad album debuting at number 2 on the Billboard album charts.
Which is a blessing.
Yeah, that's definitely a blessing. So here's what the real issue is that some of the albums that he sold ended up not counting towards Billboard because they were bundled with energy drinks. So merchandise bundling is something a lot of artists have been doing as of late. I think they said last year almost half of the albums, the songs that were number one, or the albums that were number one from last year were due to bundles. Almost half of them. All right, so, and Tyler, the Creator's album came in at number 1 and Khaled was number 2, but Tyler, the Creator also had a bundle situation as well, and I guess his merch bundles were valid, but DJ Khaled's were not.
And I'm going to tell you why I feel like Khaled is being a clown right now, because yesterday Khaled tweeted out that he has the number 1 album, and he said, I sell albums, not bundles. You were trying to sell bundles the first week. What are you talking about? If your bundles would have counted and would have counted and would have caused your first week sales to be higher, and somebody called you out for it, you'd be calling them a sore loser. So knock it off.
He tweeted that yesterday?
Yes.
Did he?
All right, so let me finish. So on shop.com, that was where the bundles were available with the energy drinks. And according to Deanna Brown, who's the president of the Billboard Hollywood Reporter Media Group, they said, in this particular instance, we saw an organization encouraging purchases among their members by promising them material and organizational benefits. So they are now disputing that. Desiree Perez, who is the chief operating officer at Khaled's management company at Roc Nation, she said, we dispute their decision on behalf of Khaled and frankly every artist who is forced to navigate bundling an album download with an inexpensive item that still effectively represents their brand. It's confusing and demeaning to the art. So I guess the issue is so many people do bundling. Remember Taylor Swift when she did her album, she did bundling with Papa John's Pizza.
Khaled did bundling.
Right, and it didn't count. So in his camp, he says those sales would have amounted to more than 100,000 if they would have counted, but all of those album sales were disqualified.
Khaled should be ashamed of himself acting like this, because like I said, if they would have counted his bundles and he would have debuted at number 1 first week, and if somebody would have called him out for that, then he would have been calling him a sore loser. He literally posted yesterday, I sell albums, not bundles.
He said, I'm in the music biz, not bundles.
Yeah, I'm in the music. Same difference.
Okay, I'm about to say, I didn't see that tweet.
But it's the same thing. Like you are in the bundle biz, because that is part of the music biz now.
So part of the issue when we told you that he was upset at the label, he was upset that they didn't fight harder for those album sales to count.
Listen, Khaled, you have nothing to cry about. You get every single look available. You get all the radio play. You get all the SNLs. You're hosting award shows like the Kids' Choice Awards on Nickelodeon's. Like, if you don't have a real connection with the people, you just don't have a real connection with the people.
But if Tyler, the Creator's bundles counted and my bundle should have counted, well, what's the problem?
You sound like you talk about your hair.
I know, that's what it sounds like, right? But I mean, if his counted,
Yeah,
I understand why he would be upset.
That's an interesting thing, because Tyler, the Creator, did also do bundles, and his did count.
Right.
And
so,
Khaled's didn't.
Right. So if his bundles count,
so who is Khaled mad at in this situation?
I guess he was mad at his label. He didn't. I don't think he expected the story to come out.
I want to sue Billboard and all this other stuff. Like, why you want to sue Billboard? Like, what's all of that?
Because Billboard didn't count his. That's why they didn't count. Billboard said they didn't count because of the promotion of it.
Well, I think it's a disconnect somewhere, and I don't know if it's got to do with Billboard.
And, it's just a tricky thing right now with music, with streams, with people trying to get people to buy albums. Because when you buy an album, it counts so much more towards your first week numbers than when you stream, right? It takes a lot more streams to make what one album sale would be. So people want you to buy albums, and to encourage you to do that, they're coming up with all different kinds of marketing plans, and one of those is bundling. But now it's what counts and what doesn't count.
And not for nothing, let's be clear. Khaled might have something in his contract that if he hits another number 1 record, he gets more money on his next, whatever his next signing may be. So that might be part of it and why he's going so hard to make sure he gets that number 1.
Listen, y'all don't think it's contradictory to say I'm in the music biz, not the bundle biz, but complain about your bundles not counting? Am I the only person that thinks that just sounds stupid? You can't say you're in the music biz, not the bundle biz, but complain about your bundles not counting. Like, what's up with y'all, man?
I need some.
Y'all don't be letting anything fly. And people say anything, and y'all eat it up like it sounds good.
I don't have no problem with him being upset.
I'm just trying to explain so people can understand what's going on.
I have no problem with him being upset. If
envy,
you count that man's bundles, count my bundles.
Yes,
that's how he's probably
I need some new bundles. Now let's move on.
But don't post stuff like you're in the music biz, not the bundle biz, but complain about your bundles not counting. Now I do feel like I'm talking about hair. Let me shut up.
Okay, thank you. I need some new bundles myself. All right, now Klay Thompson is reportedly locked in for Space Jam 2. So So that should be exciting for him. Other NBA stars have not been able to do this, and we know LeBron is doing it, so now Klay Thompson is allegedly locked in. Her has announced that she's going to be headlining and curating a Lights On Festival in September in the Bay Area. She said, it's my home. It's a dream come true to host my festival there. So that should be exciting for her.
Okay.
She's going to do the headlining set. Jhené Aiko is going to be there. Daniel Caesar, Summer Walker, Ari Lennox. This sounds pretty dope. Danny Lay will be there. Melly. So if you guys want to check that out in the Bay Area. Now, Tiffany Boone, you know her from The Chi. She's the one who was Jason Mitchell's girlfriend on the show, Jerica. Well, she did post a note on social media. She said, I've never spent a lot of time on social media, but I wanted everyone who has sent me positivity over the last few weeks to know I felt it. I'm so appreciative of all the love, prayers, and support. I love you. I thank you.
Okay.
All right. And that's it. I'm Angela Yee, and that's your Rumor Report.